Chris is back. Jericho is back. Lionheart is back. Codebreaker is back. La Champion is. Wait. Chris. Chris. Where's Chris, guys? Chris. Well, I guess Chris is not here. Yeah. Somebody lied to me. Because everybody would be saying, haha, Chris is back. But guess who's back? Liv Morgan is back. And she defeated Lyra, Vil, Carrier. Well, I guess a lot of things happened on this week's Raw. And we're about to break it down in 3, 2, 1. Well, first things first, we had CM Punk versus Braun Breaker in the main event. And how smart is a guy like CM Punk? Because he's doing mathematical genius. That's right. When you think about it, the dude could have literally picked any jacket to wear, but intentionally he's out here looking like the Steiner brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, big power pump. I see you. Haha. And obviously, it was a very chaotic match because we had the Vision come in, we had the Rey Mysterio, Penta, spears through the tables. It was just a bunch of shenanigans going on. The typical main event that is out there. But obviously, at the end of the day, Punk retains, contrary to what most people actually predicted. Sorry guys. Punk, obviously, I honestly really think that Punk is really going to take this thing all the way to Mania, perhaps even beyond, because when you think about it, he's only been champ since like SummerSlam, so there's kind of a lot of room, for him to kind of have a lengthier reign. And that's kind of something that we kind of been looking at. So yeah, we can't really wait to see what's gonna happen next. Anyways, coming back to Jericho, I think a lot of people speculated that he was gonna be back, but nothing has really been confirmed as yet. As far as his AEW status is concerned, we don't know what's happening, But one thing that we do know what's happening is that TKO is printing that money. Because, their collab with Stranger Things, literally, it was almost like it's Stranger Things proudly sponsored by Monday Night Raw and not the other way around. You literally had Michael Cole, who literally you could see in his face. The dude didn't want to even be there, but Michael Cole is out here. Corey Graves coming out of an ambulance. It was just really going on. But anyways, in other areas we have new tag team champions. That's right, we got Rhea and Io being the new women's tag team champions in the opener. And what a beautiful match obviously that was. We had the Gunther obviously getting booed. To everybody's surprise, Gunther got booed again and again, and your boy AJ Styles, Alan Jones, came through and just had a very good confrontation. Obviously they've been kind of building it up for the past 3 weeks, especially after Cena retired, but it's kind of poetic. Though there's one thing that I honestly didn't expect to happen, and that was like how, quick, because you're thinking AJ versus Gunther, the Ring General, at Mania, but next week? It's kind of crazy to think about. But anyways, AJ Styles just slapped the boy, and then backstage we're out here having, the match confirmed for next week. Becky Lynch, on the other hand, my girl, the man, obviously won the IC title back, and it was kind of like a very cool reign that we had. It was short-lived, but your girl really pushed, and now the title is back in Becky's hands, which is pretty cool. But there's one thing I won't forgive, and that's the botch, man. That was quite a serious botch. I don't know how that happened, but that was quite a serious legit botch. I don't know what she was attempting. It looked clunky. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? But anyway, it is what it is. Your girl Stephanie comes out here with the moon boot. Is she injured? Is she not? But obviously they did confirm that she's not injured and everything is all well, everything is all good with her, but Raquel is being savage, man, because she's out here, attacking your girl Stephanie, and she really made a boss move, continued even backstage, just pumping it up, pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. Yeah, like literally being a ruler, and speaking of which, we had the promo the backstage promo, not even backstage promo, but like a package from Obafemi coming through, telling you and letting you know that he's on the way. I really hope that they don't have this thing like VM Han, who's been coming. That sounds so wrong. But anyway, it's been coming, for I don't know, a year. So I really hope we don't have that with Oba. I really think that we kind of need to just prepare, warm the audience. Obviously, it is coming, but coming, man. That sounds. Anyways, Oba's arrival. Yes, Oba's arrival. Anyway, let's move on. Then we had, Adam Pearce obviously signing in the young OG, Javon Evans. Great things coming up for the kid. I mean, I don't know. Maybe is he the first 21-year-old to get signed? Because I don't think he's 22 yet. I honestly really think that, if he was signed like last year to Raw and we kind of build him up, and this year we continue that build, he could literally break Randy's record, of being the youngest world champion, because Randy was like 24 and he's only 23 next year. So Papa H, please man, gotta put pen to paper, see what you gotta do with your boy. But the dude looked terrified, man, next to Triple H. I don't know if maybe he's getting vibes of Booker T, 2003, but we never know. Anyway, we had Light of Vacaria, obviously with Liv Morgan, as we mentioned a bit earlier. But there's something really concerning because she got dropped on her head. I don't know why, and she literally had her hands to her face. So possible injury, or she just maybe really selling something very well. We don't know. We don't know. But I mean, speaking of which, man, Rey Mysterio and Penta, man, that promo was just too awkward to watch, man. It was just not really giving the vibes. I don't know. Man, just let these guys wrestle, please. Let these guys wrestle. Leave the talking to the talkers. Let the wrestlers wrestle, please. And obviously, you had, last but not least, your boy, the Uso, celebrating, and really issuing out, one into the tag team division, but this kind of like slightly, gave 2016 vibes, Usos vibes. It's been 10 years, man. Can we kind of not? I would really love to see an Uso heel run, dominant throughout the whole year, just body after body, just lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. It would really be awesome to kind of have a throwback to what they had before, initially in 2016. And yeah, I really think so. Let me know in the comment section what's next for the Usos. Obviously, we have this coming week's Drew versus Cody. It's gonna be an exciting match. I'm really praying, like I said in the previous episode, I'm really praying, man, on my knees, man, that Drew McIntyre really takes this one. You gotta take the cup, man. So anyways, let me know in the comment section what you thought of Raw. I think for me it was very mid. It could have had a bit more. Obviously, I just standouts like Becky winning, the return of my girl Liv, the Punk and Braun match, but everything else in between was right. It was just okay. So anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think of it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you in the next episode of Wrestle with Ted.